Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. And so we are doing our monthly AI meeting, and I'm not sure what happened actually. Something seemed to go horribly wrong, and there's hardly anyone here, including our main facilitator. And so it boggles my mind exactly what went wrong. But the good news is there's enough of us here, and we did reach out to our facilitator for the meeting, and she is available, and she's going to be joining us in a couple minutes. And so that's good. But we'll definitely do an autopsy on what exactly went wrong here. But the good news is that we'll be able to do this recording and get this information out, because I think it's very valuable, because the speakers we have today are doing some extraordinary work. As we've been speaking about for many, many months at Global Chamber, AI is changing everything. The article that I'm finding I thought was blowing up the internet, but it's funny when I mention it. The article that was entitled "Something Big is Happening." Whenever I seem to bring it up, nobody has ever heard of it, and yet it seems to have completely gotten into my head when it came out, and the head of several other people. Zara, is that an article that you know, because you spend time in San Francisco? Have you read that and fully digested what that was saying, and or am I dreaming that that actually happened?
No, it happened, and if it changed the article changed the world. Actually, I think it just made us aware some of the things that we thought were like far away in the future, and when you realize um, predictions of 6 months, it just yeah, it's a shock. So and Tanju might have more to talk about the article, but it's definitely something to take seriously.
And that's what hit me, and I think what why it hit me so hard was we have an AI tool called Globi, and our Manila chapter lead is one of the top AI experts in the Philippines. And so I don't know when it might be a year now ago, he said, "I'm working on an AI tool for Global Chamber," and we mapped it out and agreed to do something. And within a few months, he had something, relatively primitive, and it kept developing. So about 6 months ago, it basically was something that was workable, and we've been using it internally. And then over the last maybe 6 weeks, 2 months at the most, every week that we would meet with him, he would be saying how things were accelerating and how fast everything was happening, much more than ever in the past. And the new versions that were coming out were changing everything relative to the coding. And it just everything was changing very quickly. And so when we did a global board meeting for Global Chamber about 2 weeks ago, at the end of the call, Colin was there, and he said, "By the way, great progress. You should all read this article. Something big is happening," because something big is happening. And Doug knows, because every week we've been meeting, and he's been getting updates on how the programming is going with Globy and how fast things are. But everybody in the world needs to know this. And so that's when I read the article, I said, okay, I think I'm sobering up. I understood it before, but now I understand it better, that we need to move much, much, much faster. I sent it to my son-in-law, who had worked at Tesla and ran their the North America operations. Very smart guy. And he now has a startup and has raised almost $25 million, just did his seed round for 20. And said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Well, some of the details are a little bit, not exactly right, but the gist of this is totally true. And tomorrow I'm implementing Claude throughout our company, throughout his startup." So last night, as I mentioned earlier today in another Globinar, I had a conversation with him last night, about how is it going? It's going really well, and so we're going to do the same thing. So I think at the end of the day, we all need to be fully there, and that's why Zara, when I heard you speak and I heard all of the pitch presentations at the WSI Global Chamber event last week, I thought, wow, more people need to hear this, and I would like to learn more about what you're doing. And so we'll learn more in a moment. But I would like, in the meantime, to introduce Yuka Nakasone. So Yuka, I'm so sorry that somehow we missed communicating on this event, and I'm so happy that you're here. Um, Yuka is our executive director in Spain. She's leading 4 chapters: Barcelona, Madrid, Malaga, and Valencia. She's also a localization and globalization expert, along with being a technology and AI expert. And she's, I know, Yuka, with your work with with Stillman, you're, I think, headed to Argentina again, right? Coming
Yeah.
up. And you just got back from Japan, and you've got all sorts of pains and some ailments regarding the travel, and I'm so sorry to hear about that as well. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. From 2 days ago, I'm feeling better because I changed my approach for my pain and I went to chiropractic. And the doctor, I mean, the practitioner, just looking at me, told me that my problem is not the lower back, it's the neck. Nobody said. And she touched that, and from 2 days ago, I'm feeling much, much better. So sorry about miscommunication, Zara. And Zara is the right way to pronounce your name?
Yes, it's right.
Yes.
Yeah. But if it is
Nice seeing
difficult, you
you.
can just use the. Yes.
Yeah, Zara Kata Tepo.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much from Tasi AI. Is it correct? Yes.
Yes.
And Doug told me that we should feature her. We should feature her. So I trust him, and thank you very, very much for coming in and jumping into this webinar, because you don't know what's going on here. But for those who don't know, this is a webinar where we feature AI and AI practitioners from mainly from the members from of the Global Chamber to promote their effort. And as Doug was talking now, the evolution of AI is so fast, so fast that it's kind of a roller coaster ride for us. We're leading this for about 2 years, and thank you very much for coming. And uh, without further ado, please present your product.
I I want
And
to
yeah.
also, just for Zara's benefit, just give her a little bit of a framework.
Mhm.
She pitched at Global Chamber WSI event last week. First of all, Zara, how did that go? What was your experience with that? Were you able to articulate in the ways that you wanted to? And did you get some feedback on what you presented?
I think it was a good presentation and the feedback. I really like the questions. One of the reasons why I'm here is actually your question, Doug. So I
Mm.
really loved your questions and I think being able to pitch uh, people who need our product or who think they need our product is always a good idea. And also another good thing about that event was it was about really partnerships. So and we are currently growing our partnership ecosystem. So I think it was really right on time, Doug. Thank you so much.
Super. So as Yuka has mentioned, what this is our regular meeting, and we spotlight typically members that are doing really great things so that other members can learn about that. In this case, you've pitched at Global Chamber, and I thought it was worthy of making sure that we heard you, especially when Yuka mentioned that the person that had been signed up to be part of this wasn't available. And so, well, who can we bring on? And I think what you've got is really fascinating. So Yuka, that's a little bit of the background, and
Yeah, thank
sorry
you
to
very much.
not completely communicate that
No,
effect.
it's okay.
So,
I'm,
so
I'm a lucky person, Doug. So
well, timing
somehow
is
stars
everything,
align.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Yes, it is.
so
Yes,
it
yes,
all works out. And you've brought Tanju, who is
yes.
since he has your family name, I'm guessing might be some sort of a relative of yours.
Yes, yes. So I mean, I brought Tanju, Doug, so that Yuka could ask all the difficult questions to him because, like you said, she had very excellent questions. So I'm like, okay, Tanju, just join me so that you take the difficult ones and I'll take the easy ones. But
I
yeah,
see.
Tanju is here as well. Thanks for joining, Tanju.
Did you both start the company yourself? The two of you? Are you both co-founders?
Yes, we are husband and wife
Yes.
and co-founders.
Okay. And I noticed that like it's been like a decade, right? You've been doing this for a long time, many, many years.
Yes, I mean, I have been doing AI almost for the last 40 years, actually.
Mm,
So like 35 years, not 40 yet, but and Tanju has been um, executive. He has been in executive roles dealing with data and AI.
mm,
So we started the company with the purpose of creating products that actually worked, products with AI that could be taken into production easily, and that's how we started, and we evolved over time. And of course, as everybody else, we also have agents, and I'm hoping that those agents are not the doomsday kind for some reasons that I'll talk about.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you need before we start? Is there anything other information that we can provide that will help you?
Um, Not really. I mean, maybe Yuka, Doug, maybe if you could tell us about the schedule because we have never
mm.
been to these meetings.
Yeah.
If you could maybe outline the agenda, then we can time
Mhm.
what we want to present.
It's kind of interactive session.
Hmm.
So if you have your presentation or pitch, we would
Hmm.
love to hear.
Sure.
So you can bring it up and share the
Hmm.
screen, share the deck and pitch it,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
we can understand what you're doing, and we can open the floor to the participants.
Sounds
That's
good.
usually what we do. Does
So
this
Okay.
sound
Sounds
good?
good.
we have what about 33 minutes. We try to
Yeah.
finish at 55. And so
Yeah.
Yuka, in terms of the time frame, what do
Mhm.
you think? Maybe 10 or 15-minute presentation and the rest with questions, something like that?
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay. So I actually do have a presentation and
Mhm.
a demo. So if it is okay with you, I would like to go through both. And I mean, I'll try to finish it all in about 10 minutes if I can. And I want to spend less time with the demo and less time with the presentation and more time with the demo. As I said, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tazi. I come with the AI background, and Tanju is our CTO. He is the one who is developing the product that you'll see in a minute. And we are focused especially in financial services, wealth management, and banks. And we are a San Francisco-based company with offices in Charlotte and also Istanbul. And both Tanj and I, we are originally from Turkey. So we are providing an intelligence support AI platform for wealth management and banks. And as you will see in a minute, it's really a platform. But what we have decided to do is we have decided to develop these solutions because I have done AI for like decades, and I have more than 100 papers, almost 20 patents, and so on. But AI really is useful if you take it into production. And if you come up with, what's your problem, what are you going to be predicting, and how are you going to create insights and actions based on those predictions? And predictions could be based on a machine learning model, as as an retention solution, or as a microsegmentation solution, or it could be a large language model, as in the case of a voice of customer solution. And then we use agents to create insights and actions based on the machine learning's predictive insights. We have been an explainable AI product. Gartner has mentioned us in more than 33 reports as a responsible AI platform, as an explainable AI platform. What happens on our platform is predictive models are explained, they have explanations, and then those explanations are processed by agents so that insights and actions can be created and value can be created. So we want to hook every AI product into some kind of a value. And we have been able to achieve that value, as you will see, in really very short time frames, in as little as days, sometimes days even, and usually within weeks. And in financial services, that's a huge accomplishment, in my opinion. What Tazi does is, one of our strengths is we are able to ingest data from multiple sources. And if you have been dealing with AI for some time, you will know that if you are looking at only one data source versus multiple data sources, the chances that your algorithm will be better, more accurate, increases as you see more data. So our platform is capable of stitching different data sources necessary for specific solutions. So you don't have to have a data warehouse, you just need to have the data needed for your specific problem and solution. And then we have pre-configured solutions, as you have seen in the previous page, and we are able to create solutions that are compliant and secure, and also explainable and transparent. These are really important components of AI solutions that people are not paying enough attention, because only if AI is really compliant and secure, only if it is explainable and transparent, I think it will create insights, and it will create actions that will create value and hopefully make the world a better place. I mean, in my opinion, there are also a lot of opportunities to make the world a better place with AI today. But of course, your AI has to be compliant, secure, and transparent and explainable. So our solutions have agents. We have embedded agents. You'll see them in a minute. And we basically come up with firm level, team level, and client level actions and insights. And then we also have a conversational agent. What the conversational agent does is it allows the business users to talk and ask questions, to talk with and ask questions to their models, but also to their data. And all of those questions can be asked again in a compliant way, because we have authentication and authorization, which means only what could get out gets out. And sometimes nothing needs to get out. I mean, we are working with financial services, and for example, you could have all of your Tazi platform, your LLMs, your agents, all within your firewalls. You could also be using external LLMs. We support both of them. And in my opinion, like compliance, security, all of them are issues that need to be addressed on a use case, on a workflow level. And why should you be even listening to me when there is so much AI noise? Because our team has more than 65 years of combined expertise on AI. We have implemented hundreds of use cases, and we are able to do that in a rapid and compliant way that is fitted to you. So we have made things so easy. Our customers can be a part of part of the team that does the configuration, that does the understanding, and they can be humans or systems in the loop. We have 7 patents. Those patents are on continuous learning AI systems that are explainable and also that include humans in the loop. In my opinion, in addition to being compliant, secure, and transparent, that loop is essential if you want to have AI applications that will really work for people. And we have customers, most of them are in financial services, but we also have these partnerships and customers in retail as well. But we are mainly focused on growth teams problems in financial services. And this is one of our case studies. A client in 14 days was able to have 800% return on investment. And they did that while they had only one part-time Salesforce architect. So even if you don't have data warehouses, even if you don't have huge data teams and data, you can create value out of AI in a short amount of time. And also we are part of different accelerators. I should mention them. We are a part of Mass Challenge. Alchemist is our first home. RevTech Labs and Cafe are great accelerators in financial services. If there is anybody here who is from a startup, please, apply to them as soon as you can. They have the greatest people and network. And Gartner has always been our supporter in really encouraging us and really telling us that our dreams are not nonsense sometimes. So that's it. Thank you so much. And if it is okay with you, I want to go to the demo. And I would love to take any questions when Yuka sees it appropriate, of course. So Yuka, is it okay to go to the demo?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So this is our client retention or client attrition solution, actually, for wealth management. So we are predicting if clients will attrite, believe it or not, there is such a word, and if what kind of actions can be taken to prevent attrition. And I'm also going to show you how you can actually access that solution via a chat interface with an agent. And then I'll also show you the voice of customer solution, which allows you to understand your customer's voice and your competitor's customer's voice and come up with great product strategies that will allow you win better customers and also serve them better. So let's go to the client retention solution. This is attrition solution. This is Tazi Hub. Which allows you to see what kind of data is being used. As I said, everything is transparent. You can see what kind of models are used. You can see the performances. You can also see your evolving explanation model. Since I don't have a lot of time, I'm not going to show you all of these. But if you are curious, please let us know. Reach out to us through Global Chamber of Commerce, and we'll be more than happy to show you more. I'll show you the dashboard. The dashboard shows you what an attrition solution looks like in the classical sense, and then what do agents add on top of that. So I would love to just always frame agents as parts of workflows, as parts of enablers of other technologies. So in this case, for attrition or churn prediction, first, with any AI solution, really, you have to show that there is a problem. So you're able to say, oh, we have 6.7% monthly churn. Oh my God, like your clients are leaving you, and then 5% AUM, assets under management churn. These are not good numbers. You have a problem. And then you need to show, yes, with your data and models, you have predictability. Because if you don't have any predictability for attrition, there are things still you can do with the agents, but you should have a good model. So you are able to say, as opposed to looking a needle in the haystack, you are able to focus on clients with high predicted churn scores, predicted attrition scores, and you have 4x efficiency compared to trying to find them in this list randomly. And then this shows you a check mark. You have signal in your data, and you have a good enough model to start. And never try to go with the best model and stop here. Just immediately move on to the business value. Here we show that only if you were able to prevent 20% of attrition, you would be making $1.7 million in 1 month in fees. And then up to now, this is classical machine learning. But then what we do is we use agents to create insights and recommendations at the firm level, because I believe that AI can be useful only if all the actions are coordinated. So you shouldn't have just one team taking actions while others are doing other things that are not correlated or related. So here we are able to create insights for the firm, so the executives can agree on what the problem is, what the churn and remain patterns are that are found through explanations, and then the teams have their actions and insights based on the machine learning explanations. So these are not coming from just ChatGPT. These are coming from your machine learning model that was trained on your data. So it's trained on your world and external data if you provide it. And then finally, we have the client agent, which basically on a client level, it basically think of an agent that goes and sits next to a client and understands what kind of predictions have been created for that client, their data, their situation, and then creates recommendations on a client basis. So this is way more different than a marketing team spraying the same or similar message to all the customers. This is really the other way around. You are trying to serve your customers, so you have agents understanding your customers and creating recommendations and even communication messages so that you can send them either directly or I always recommend reviewing them and then sending them. But these are now systems that can work, and you can also create campaigns. Again, very targeted campaigns based on your churn predictions. So these are our embedded agents, but we also have the agent that lets you talk with your model. So this was model 140 in solution 12. So I had done this actually during the day in another demo. So I just said, okay, please use my fuzzy client retention skill. So we provide these skills, and each skill, think of it as a different capability. Just like like I'm sure everybody has seen the Matrix. It's almost like somebody has downloaded a skill, an ability into this agent, and those skills are editable. They are not black box as usual, like it is on Tazi. So you see exactly what kind of prompts, what kind of inputs and outputs are being processed. So I have just asked my agent to use that skill. It also has it's different tools and so on. So it basically accessed that solution and has given me the list of top predicted churners. And then, for example, I can ask another question. I can say, for example, please list 3 questions and 3 questions that client would ask to advisor Bobby Ross. So this helps, while the client agent allows this mass scale but very hyper personalized outreach. This allows us to ask questions on a client basis. So I have the 3 questions that the client could ask. I could also ask for answers. I could also ask for what products I could recommend, etc., on a client basis. So I'm ready for my conversation with client. Every data, but also every prediction is at my fingertips thanks to the interactive agent. So I believe that this is a great way to make use of your data, but while your data continuously evolves with continuous learning, keep having accurate models, but also keep taking actions continuously so that you are able to serve your customers better so that they don't churn. So that's it. That's the attrition or churn solution. Since I really love this, I just want to very briefly show the voice of customer solution so this is a large language model based solution. And what we are basically doing is we are giving prompts. Again, these prompts are editable. So this is really like everybody, instead of trying to create models, they can actually create their solutions, and they can create that in English. And these are really much more repeatable than you asking to ChatGPT about something. If nothing else, your data is secure and everything is here, under your control, as opposed to your AI providers.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Can I ask a question, or do you want to complete before I can go ahead?
Let me just finish this, and then
All right.
please, I would love to hear your question. This was the last part of my demo, actually, so almost finished. So what we are doing here is I like composite solutions in the sense that you shouldn't just be looking at churn. You should be looking at you should be listening to your customers. And here, what we are doing is we are having that agent process all the customer communication from multiple sources. In this case, I just have Trustpilot data, but I'm able to process other data sources like App Store, Google Play, Google Maps. We can process all that data. We find out what kind of sentiment, topics, and subtopics are happening in the client conversations, in your client's conversations. This is all publicly available data, but also you are looking at your competition. And for me, what is really important is I'm able to look at my company's subtopics. So subtopics are more actionable than just topics. So I'm able to see, oh, for my company, I have these positive and negative feedback, and I have for my competition, I have this positive and negative feedback. And the agent, these are just complaints, which would have been another, by the way, solution if we were doing this 2 years ago. Now this is just a part of an agentic solution. So I'm able to look at these, and my agent is able to tell me, again, on a team level, what kind of actions should be taken by the marketing teams, by the advisor teams, so that we can keep our own clients, but not just that, we can also acquire new clients that need our services because the competition is not able to provide those services. So that's it for the demo. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And I would love to hear any questions. And as I said, the difficult ones to Tanju, please, and the easier ones to me.
Wow, thank you very much. So there's a question. So please go ahead. Edward, you said?
Yeah, Zara, hi. Manoj this side. I have a question. The demo that you showed, is it the live data that we are looking at, or is it some maybe mock data? What are we looking at?
You're muted.
It's synthetic data, of course. I mean, I cannot show you any live client data, but it is synthetic data. But it is connected to a data source.
Okay, all right. No, just have that question. So when you're saying you are able to predict, when you say you are into wealth management, there are 2-3 variants, right? When you say wealth management, who are super HNIs who come with, let's say, investable wealth of, let's say, 5 million and above, or those kind of wealth. And then wealth management, even for the small scale, somebody who can even, let's say, invest about 10K US dollars. Okay. Now that's the volume of people in the second bunch that I said is large. The first HNIs is small, wherein there is a human in the loop, right? You will have a relationship manager on the side. The second one, you won't have any humans per se, right? You would have, they will be making their own investments. The solution that you positioned here caters to which segment? It's a large volume of investors who are actually investing, or
Mano, that's a great question. So our customers are like mid-market. So we are aiming for high net worth and mass affluent. So our clients are usually in the like 5 million, less than 5 million range. And when you go to above 5 million, then you have the white glove service. But our sweet spot right now is when you are serving your clients with advisors. Advisors are touching the clients, but their time is extremely important. So what we have seen, actually, there are papers on this. When I read this, I was like, I wish I had read this 40 years ago. So there's a paper that says if you have an advisor, your wealth in 10 years will increase 2 times more compared to someone who does not have an advisor. So I mean, I was just so amazed by the outcome that an advisor can produce. It's really not about the market. It's called like the alpha stuff, but that's really more I think it's called gamma. It's really about having someone who advise you and who keep pushing you to save as opposed to just spend the money. So those advisors, they don't need to spend tons of time for stuff that doesn't need their valuable time, but they do need to be there for their client, but they need to be ready to answer clients' questions and to serve what they need most. So we are making the time of those clients who are serving the mid-market a lot more efficient. And also they are able to understand, really understand the client's pulse, not just in terms of churn, but in terms of growth, in terms of their voice, and they're able to serve them much better. So we are really superpowering advisors who are actually very crucial if you want to be richer in the future. So I don't know if that helps. That was a very long-winded way of answering a simple question, but yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I got my answer. Thanks, Shera.
All right.
Manoj,
Thank you so much.
Manoj, could you just give a framework of who you are and why you're asking those questions?
Okay. Zera, I run IT services firm, basically a software development firm. So been doing this for the last 13, 14 years now. So we built plenty of ERP solutions. We built a lot of web applications, mobile applications for a lot of enterprises and funded startups. That's how we started our business. And we have some strong capabilities on the DevOps side as well. We are partners with a lot of hyperscaler companies, AWS, Azure, Geo, you call it. We are partners with them. So apparently, in the last 3.5 years, we have developed our own AI agents as well, predominantly focusing on the hospitality side. Be it the voice agents to take over the customer inbound and outbound calls, or taking over, the portfolio management side of them, right? When they wire the operation side of it, this is also something that we have. So the wealth management is not something that we do have built some niche capabilities on as far as agents is concerned. So I was just curious to understand what is that you're bringing onto the table. That's where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Congratulations on what you built. And we are not, and that's an informed decision. We are not actually touching the end client with our solutions. We are a B2B company, and my aim is to help advisors and marketing teams right now. So I'm not at the part, although I have those like marketing messages and emails, I always advise them to be read by a human as much as possible, or at least read by another agent, for God's sake. So we want to, our solutions are aiming people who work in industry so that they can connect an evolving market and different products and their clients who also keep changing. So those guys are really stretched out, and they need ability to see future more than anybody else to help people. So that's what we try to do. But thank you so much for sharing what you did.
Yeah. One more follow-up question, if you're okay. So what is the volume of client portfolio that agents manage? What's the total count? HNIs are niche, right? Their volumes are very less. You may possibly have 50, 100 HNIs. Your solution talks about much more higher volume. Let's say 1,000, 2,000 people investing. Is that the volume?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, like our clients would have, depending on the clients, like some of them have hundreds of thousands of clients, and some of them have like about 10,000 clients. So we are looking at those. We have the advisor attrition solution as well, and that works with only like hundreds of advisors. So you could actually train models. You don't really need thousands or hundreds of thousands of clients. For advisors, advisor attrition works pretty good as well.
Okay. So I was involved in building a fintech platform for a Singapore-based client. It's called Kairos Wealth. You may just want to check it out. So we built a platform specifically catering to the HNI segments of in Singapore and Dubai. So if you've heard of, Ankiti Bose, Rafan Krishan, of course, they are apparently my clients. So a niche portfolio of, let's say, about 150 HNIs who come with an investable wealth of 5 lakh and above. So the AI agents that we tried to build there was more from a data crunching standpoint. Let's say an advisor when he wants to advise for a certain portfolio, he would want to really research on a certain segment, and the agents really crunch the data and give some niche insights. So that's what we built. Churn advisory form of what you bring onto the table is not something that you specifically worked on, because the advisors are expected to know in depth on what portfolio they're managing. But there could be synergy here, just putting it across. Maybe we can sync up offline.
Sure,
Right.
sure. Sounds good. Like my
sure.
roommate was from Pune, so I'm looking for every opportunity to go to India.
Yeah.
So
All right. Yeah.
okay, sounds good.
Thank you very much for your questions. And would you put your contact information on the chat, Manon? Thank you. And somebody had the hand raised.
Yes, it was me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Özge from Istanbul. Greetings. Well,
Hi, Özge. Great to meet you. Thank you.
Very nice to hear from you. I am a customer experience by heart, customer experience expert leader by heart. So it was very impressive. And most of the problems that we're trying to solve by different analysis is already taken care of. So it's a great product. My question to you is about, is it for only investment companies, or can we think about this product for retail banking or corporate banking or any other retail as well?
Yes. So I mean, Özge, that's a great question. So we do actually have customers in banking. We have done we have done more of the business banking than the retail banking, but we have done both. It is definitely applicable. What happens in banking is really you have your core system and transactions on your deposit and loan data, and the transactional data from wealth management is replaced by that data. You have your CRM still.
Yes.
And you could of course have others like credit card, ATM, all the other things like digital that a bank would have had. But we have done work with banks as well, and it is completely applicable. And again, these are not actually very easy to solve problems. Like when people hear churn, they think, oh, churn prediction is like hundreds of years of problem. What is there to solve? What I'm finding out is even defining churn is a very important problem, and also how you attack it, how you solve it, how you model it, and how you put agents so that you create value is another very important and careful thing that you should be doing. So I would be more than happy to have another conversation, and I would love to hear about what you are building as well, Özge.
Sure. That would be my pleasure. And other thing is, are you giving the service on cloud only, or do some of the banks work only with on-prem solutions?
Of course. I mean, I haven't seen a bank actually that prefers the cloud. I wish they did. But we are available.
I know one.
Yeah, if you know one, just let me know. I mean, Tanju
Sure.
would love them as his best customer. So we work both on cloud, hybrid, or on-prem. So we have customers who have done both different, like all different scenarios. We have integrations, and we also have the capability to support both different kinds of implementations. Okay.
Great. Well done, and I think we can talk more. And also, I'm very happy that because there are some talks that I am invited to do for Women's Day. And
Okay.
One of the topics that I wanted to say is that, women should be more active in AI, because AI is learning from mankind of thinking, and there is a different, way of thinking in is a gift in ladies and women's thinking. And I was thinking that we should train AI on both intelligence. So that's a very good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Özge, you have a great point. I know a woman in Paris from United Nations. He used to work at United Nations. She used to work at United Nations, and her life goal is to reduce the bias of AI because if you look at it, most of these models were trained with data from the internet, and most of the data on the internet was produced for or by men. So we are looking at models that were trained for men, and but the lucky thing is the the agents or the LLMs are providing a way to create models by talking with them as opposed to just writing code. So I think some of the barriers that were preventing women from being more involved in creating solutions are, I think, going away. But I still think you have to have a very solid, good technical background. Even if you do vibe coding, I mean, like vibe coding, I think works if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, I don't think you are going to create value. So I think there is a place for women. There's a hope for women to create tables for themselves so they can sit. I don't believe that anybody will invite us to tables. We should be creating our own tables so everybody can sit, women and men.
Yes.
Great.
What do you think of that,
Yes.
Yuka? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And thank you very much for your hard work for more than 3 decades in this industry. And I'm very sorry, Tanju, that we don't have time for you to speak, but we kind of
That's
need
perfectly
to wrap
fine.
up.
Maybe,
And
maybe
congratulations on the product. It was solid, and I loved how complete it is, like machine learning integrated with agent and LLM. Everything is orchestrated very beautifully, and I loved it. And thank you very much. And Doug, please, the last word, and we're going to wrap up.
I wonder if
Tanju, yeah,
both Zara and Tanju each could take a minute and just wrap up. What should we be taking away from this conversation? Tanju, sorry that we ran out of time. Would you like to go first, and then maybe Zara wraps up?
Tanju should go first.
Just a minute.
Yeah,
That poor guy, he
just
has been
briefly.
listening to me for 33 years
As
now.
Zehra mentioned during her presentation, it was never late to start with AI, but now it's urgent. But and a lot of barriers have been raised, now eliminated because of data readiness is now more manageable problem with the help of generative AI tools. But we also have to be careful while doing this, because we have to do it. We have to be aware of the global impact of that AI is bringing to the whole world, all the economies. And I would urge people to read the link that I posted earlier in the chat about the demand side impact of AI as it improves productivity. What happens to the displaced people? So that's one thing to keep in mind as people who are leading in this industry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Zara, what do you think? What should we be left with from today?
I think we are in a world that is changing rapidly, and I don't think that. I think that we have a very important problem, like what Tanju is mentioning, like the displaced people, like jobs changing, is a very important problem, and we have not prepared our people. Like we haven't prepared our children, we haven't prepared our workforce to be ready. And this is not like the US government giving loans to farmers' children so that they could become not farmers, but some other type of worker. The problem is we don't know where we will be working. And all I can do and Tanju can do right now is create solutions where humans are part of the solution and humans are controlling the solution. I think that's a very important thing to pay attention to. Like when we automate, we should really be always careful about human in the loop, and we should always determine what humans should be approving or disapproving, and what are the consequences, what are the actions taken when those happen. So we really have to be listening to our clients, our people more, to make sure that everybody are being treated fairly by the models. And models are being used. They have been used massively before, and now they will be used even more. So we just have to be listening more, in my opinion. We are building explainable AI products, compliant AI products. We'll continue doing that, and hopefully serve people better. That's my goal as a human.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for the opportunity, Yuka, Doug. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the comment, and human in the loop, of course, and human in the center, controlling everything, maybe better. And let's keep on going. And thank you, Doug, for everything, holding this space. Everybody else, if you have any questions, we are here, so please ping us. We are going to provide any information that you may need. Thank you very much, and have a nice day or evening, wherever you are.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.